Hello everyone, it looks like we are live. I'm sorry, I was just taking a sip of water. So I wanted to make sure this is working, so let me double check really quickly. I'm gonna open up the stream in YouTube to make sure that it's working correctly. Can you guys hear me, by the way? I just want to make sure. So we're gonna go into the stream. So it looks like we are live and that this is working. So what we are doing today is going on eBay and Buyee, and I'm going to be looking for a few things in particular, and I thought that since I'm going to be on eBay and Buyee for 2 hours, I was on there for 3 hours yesterday, I figured this time I might as well do a live stream. I thought that would be something really fun that we could do together. And also, I think a lot of people aren't necessarily familiar with Buyee, and it can be a bit intimidating, especially once you start going on to Mercari and those actual Japanese websites. It can get a little intimidating when you start seeing things in Japanese. And so to help with that, I've actually started laying out just a couple keywords that you'll want to use if you're searching for things, depending on what you're looking for. So some of these are just ones that are relevant to what I will be doing today. Some of the things that I am looking for today are the Shining Mew. So this is going to be the Corocoro Mew. You can get a much better deal on this card if you go and buy it through Japan than you could otherwise. So I'm going to show you what it looks like very quickly. So as you can see, this card is fairly pricey. It does depend on the condition. I actually have a copy of this card already that is in fairly good condition. The only issue is that the centering on this card is notoriously terrible. So as you can see by a few of these listings, it's just not good. It's not the move. It's not great looking, but it is such a beautiful card. Welcome to everyone who just joined the stream, by the way. Today we are looking at some Pokemon cards. I'm going to be buying some cards on eBay and Buyee, and I thought I would walk you guys through the process, so thank you for joining the stream. I hope you guys are doing really well today. So yeah, we're talking about... Hi Sam, welcome to the stream. I just started and we're going to be buying some cards on eBay and Buyee, and I'm going to try and walk you guys through that process and just show you, like, you can save a lot of money doing this. And I have bought from Buyee before and I thought it was a pretty positive experience, and definitely saved me a lot of money when I was buying some higher end Japanese exclusive cards. Buyee really excels when it's Japanese only things, because those cards tend to be pretty expensive in the US versus Japan. So as you can see, this card, here's one that probably would have been a 10 if it weren't so off-center, unless they graded it as an error card. It's a very cool looking card. You can see though that the centering is terrible. This was originally printed for Corocoro magazine a long time ago. I think it's from around 2000. Yeah, it says here 2001, but it's actually one of my favorite cards of all time, and I really like Mew, so we are going to be looking for that. So here I have Buyee. If you guys haven't used this before, they have a lot of promos actually, and a lot of YouTubers have affiliate links for them. I know Twice Baked Jake does. You can get like $20 off your first purchase. I don't have an affiliate link, but you guys, I'm sure you can search that yourselves. So we're going to be looking at Mercari. This is Mercari Japan. It actually works really well to buy through Mercari and Buyee. They're like partnered. And Mercari is where I would definitely want to go if I'm looking at singles. So you can see I already started looking at this card, but I only have one here. Hi B Purple Poker, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. So you can see this card is the first one I looked at, and the reason I only looked at one, what you want to do first is put it in the search bar, but I'm going to show you. You can go directly to their website, which is very cool. You can view it through the Mercari Japan website. So you're going to want to translate this page most likely. They aren't the best translations necessarily, and sometimes I won't because it's helpful to get the keywords. I don't speak Japanese, but I do speak Chinese. A few of the characters are the same, but it's really not that helpful. So I'll show you how I would go about finding, this first listing. So what I would want to do is, I know the name of the card in English, so I would search Corocoro Mew, and usually there will be a Bulbapedia article about it, and they'll give you the Japanese, so that's where I got this from, and I've actually saved this here as a keyword. Your mom told me you would have been a PSA 10, but you got creased during the pack opening. You're only a PSA 6. That sucks. That's a good joke though, but it's very easy actually to find the Japanese names for these, and that's the best way to search because this is a Japanese site. You can search it in English and there will most likely be some listings that come up. However, when you search it in Japanese, you're getting people who are trying to sell to a Japanese audience, and in that case it's going to be much more affordable. So for that reason, I would always recommend putting it in Japanese. So if we go ahead and copy this, we're going to be able to see what our results are. So this is Mercari. We're not going to go there yet. We're going to search in all categories and we're just going to put this in there. This is just Shining Mew. It doesn't say Corocoro, but it's actually specific enough to get the listings that we're looking for. If we put Corocoro in, we're going to start excluding listings potentially. The one nice thing about Mercari though, once we get there, they are not very refined with their search results at all, whereas Buyee will show you a much more refined version. So we're going to start looking here. You can see that there is the Mew from Shining Legends as well. That is not what we're interested in. Hello Marcus, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. Right now we're looking at the Corocoro Shining Mew. So we have a lot of results here. I'm just going to click on one of these first ones. So let's see. This one I think is the one I clicked on earlier, or maybe it was this one. But these both seem like good prices to me. So we're going to open these up. And then we are going to view it on Mercari. One potential option that you have is to actually just copy this exact title. So I'm pretty sure this says Pokemon. I know that this says Old Back because these are Chinese characters. So this is going to be like Old Back Shining Mew Pokemon is essentially what the title is. So we could just copy this, but I don't think we even need to get that specific. You can see here that it is on English, or it is on Japanese. You can translate it to English, which is something I would do when I'm trying to get an idea of the condition. The one nice thing is, that is another reason I really like Japanese products, is these sellers are so honest about the condition. They'll tell you that there's whitening or scratches on it, and it's like so tiny that you would still be able to call it near mint. It's really nice of them. B Purple Poker says, on a serious note, wasn't this card heavily printed? Or what's the intel on the print run on the Corocoro boy? So I'm not going to say it's incredibly rare, but I would say it's very desirable. And this is more a card that I want in my personal collection. I have one that is off-center, but I do want another one. I would potentially consider grading it. We can potentially look at the PSA pop report for this card. So I think that would be something that we could do that would be interesting. So I'm not sure how they call it. We're going to try just searching Corocoro Mew and see what comes up. There are a few Corocoro Mew cards because Corocoro was a magazine and might still be, but I don't think it necessarily is. So we're looking for the 2001. I think this is going to be it. So we can see what the population report on here is. An interesting thing about this card is that the 10 is incredibly hard to get. Like I said, the centering is very bad, and PSA does care about centering a lot. So you can see here that the population, when you get up to 9, is quite high. It's about 1,000, and the 10s are around 300. So you have a lot of 7, 8s, and 9s. This card, it wasn't packaged the best because it was just like packed in with a magazine. So that's why there are going to be a lot of ones that aren't in that good of condition. A lot of times Japanese cards tend to be in better condition just because of how people take care of them. And just, it seems like the print quality is a bit higher. But you can see by how many 7s, 8s, and 9s there are that this card wasn't necessarily printed and packaged the most safely, you could say. But I think this is indicative. It's not like the rarest card ever, but it's a very cool card. And if we look on eBay, let's see what the lowest listed Mew card is here that we get. So I'm gonna actually narrow this a little bit, Corocoro Shining Mew, just to make our lives easier. And we're gonna do price plus shipping lowest first. And then I'm going to go to buying format, should be buy it now. This is just a quick way to see what the lowest prices are going to be. So the absolute lowest price that we could get this for is $60. And let's take a look at this condition. And I'm going to show you that we'll be able to find it for even less than $60. Not that you would want to buy the cheapest one necessarily. This one is in terrible condition. I can tell you that for less than $60 we can find one, I'm guessing at least light played, maybe near mint. So this one is actually in pretty good condition, and 7,500 yen. Yeah, the Purple Poker, the 10 is rare, but like I don't know if you should try chasing it because it's going to be really, really hard to get. But it is such a cool card, and I would love to have a 10 of this card, honestly. It's so cool. You could potentially search for like a CGC copy of it and see if you can cross grade. That might be one option, but you can see this one got a CGC 9, and there's no way this is getting a PSA 10. There's like no way in hell. Just look at that. So what was I even going to do? We were going to look up the Corocoro Mew. Okay, but we're going to go back over here. I was going to check how much 7,500 yen is in Japan. I'm thinking it's gonna be like $60. Yeah, so this is $61. We're already at the price of that other one, and you can see how good this looks. No, there is not an English parallel of this card, which is why this is one that I would recommend potentially buying through Buyee if you are interested in buying through there. Keep in mind, though, when you are looking at these items on Buyee, that the prices aren't like the final price you're going to pay, because the shipping fees are kind of expensive once you start actually getting things back to the US. But if you are buying higher end items or multiple items and combining the shipping costs, which is what I would recommend, then it definitely does end up being worth it. So right now I am going to search Old Back Mew in the search bar, and we will see what we get. So I'm going to put in the Shining Mew, and then we are going to be looking for Old Back specifically, because Mercari Japan is terrible at filtering out irrelevant results. I'm just warning you right now, it's like a bit of a journey to do this. So we want to look for it here. So Old Back, and then we want to just copy the Mew. I also have Corocoro comics here, but it's like not that helpful when you add that, so I wouldn't recommend it. So here we go, Old Back Shining Mew, and this helps exclude the new Shining Mew. Old Back is the way that they usually will refer to vintage cards, kind of like how we say like Wizards of the Coast, WotC, they'll do that. I'm not sure how to pronounce this name, it's very difficult for me, but hello Mikulski? I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it. Yes, Be Purple Poker. I'm bullish on this card. I don't think you can go wrong getting it. It's such a cool card. So you can see though we have a lot of listings. These are the best match ones, but we don't want to just search by best match because we're cheap. You know, normally I would go price high to low if I were looking for sealed stuff, but we're gonna go price low to high. If you have this in English, you'll be able to do all of this like just as easily, but this is talking about price right here, and this means it's currently on sale. I always immediately want to exclude all sold listings because for whatever reason Mercari doesn't do that automatically. And let's see here, we can go and sort by price. So this is sorting price high to low, but we want to sort price low to high. And as you can see, we're getting a million irrelevant listings. This is just how Mercari works. I think also in the US has been my experience. So I am going to set a price minimum, and I'm going to set it to be about 3,000 yen. So this is going to be about $25, I want to say. So you can see we aren't getting anything entirely relevant yet, but pretty soon we should be seeing our first copy of this card. If we just go a little bit further onto the next one, I think we'll probably start seeing them around 4,000 yen is my guess. So let's see here. That's not the right one. There are a lot of these Mew promos. So if we keep scrolling, we should definitely get to one. Have you guys bought anything on Buyee before? Thank you. I did try my best to pronounce it, but it was probably not that close. Okay, right on the dot, 4,000 yen. So that is less than $40. Let's check the condition of this bad boy, though. So what we have here, it's from the front, not looking too terrible. The back, we have a crease here, but it's still not nearly as bad as that first Mew that we looked at, which was this one. I would say overall this one looks better. It has a bigger crease there, but there's far less whitening on the edges. That's one nice thing about Japanese cards. They don't get as much whitening on the edges for whatever reason. That's just what I have found to be true continuously. So also now you guys know when you go to search for this card that you should just search like a minimum of 4,000 yen. That's one thing that I would recommend. You could also start a bit higher and then start decreasing your intervals until you get to no longer seeing the listings. That's potentially a faster way to do it, but we can see if we can find any other ones below the 5,000 mark. Also, pardon the police sirens, I live in hell. So let's see here. Where do we have another Shining Mew? Oops. Here is our second Shining Mew, so we can take a look at this bad boy and see how he is. This one is rough. So I would say this one is worse than the previous one. It's got a lot of whitening on the front, but we're going to keep going and see if we can find any other ones. There are also a lot of really cool products you can search for on here. You can also find PSA and CGC graded cards, and it's potentially going to be cheaper. So here we have one that is 5,280, so I'm going to guess like, what, like $40, 40 something dollars. This one really doesn't look bad. So the back is very, very nice. You can see that the only flaw, like, that is really major, I would say, is this right here. So we have a very small crease on the front, but I think this is a very good binder card. It's not very noticeable, so I think overall it looks very good. And if you are interested in buying cards from Mercari Japan, make sure it says over here, buy this item. Certain items will say only available in Japan, and unfortunately sometimes those are the very best deals, but we can still get good deals. So this is definitely a solid option. So let's keep looking though and see what else we can find. I'm going to try and get maybe the cheapest near mint copy that I can, and potentially a few extras to have as binder cards or for trading, because this is a really desirable card. And you putting in the effort to go find these cards from Japan and order them, it is a long process. It'll probably take at least 2 months for this card to get to my place, from me putting in this order on Buyee and it actually arriving at my doorstep. But this one is not very good, so this one is not the best deal. We're moving on past this one. Hi Jace, thank you for coming to the stream. I think you might be the only one waiting for the next Nuzlocke, because I'm actually so terrible at Pokemon. You can see here this one is 5555, but we're not going to look at it because there's already a very, very noticeable dent in the front. So we're just going to move on past that one because I think we'll be able to find another one pretty quickly. So here is another one. When you're looking at different cards, it's not necessarily always going to be this broad and difficult to find. Later we're going to be looking at some Poncho Pikachu cards, and you'll see that the listings are a bit more refined and like relevant. And then we're also going to be looking at some movie promos, and those are fairly reliable and like it's not so clouded with irrelevant results. So this one is not great. I think it's not quite as good as that other one. It's hard to tell whether this is the binder right here, but you can see there's pretty significant edge wear. For the price, I would say that that other one we looked at earlier, this one is probably a better option. I'm also going to be sharing this with you guys when we're done here if you want it. I'm probably going to add a few more keywords to help make it easier for you guys. So let's see what else there is. Okay, we have 2 for 6,000. We're going to start seeing more relevant listings the more expensive we get. So this one off the bat doesn't look too good. Yeah, this one's not great. You can see here it's not looking too hot. So let's check. Oh, we also have a Southern Islands Mew. This is a very cool card as well. There is an English equivalent though, so it's like not as necessary to buy it on here, and it's also not as high end. I would recommend doing this if you're going to be buying larger orders. So if you're buying one card that's fairly expensive, or if you're buying a lot, those are definitely going to end up being like more cost efficient. You just want to make sure that you don't buy a card for say 300 yen, so like $2.50, and then you end up paying like $20 in shipping fees, and then you don't you lose any sort of margin that you would have had. Last time I made an order from Buyee, I had I think I had some sealed stuff. I know I had some high-end singles, some of the full art Poncho Pikachu cards, and then I also had some figures. They're actually the figures that I have very far behind me on my display. I got like 4 boxes of those in different styles, which I think are really cool, by the way. So this one's not that good either. Let's keep looking and see what else we can find. Okay, now we're getting a lot. You can see there's like a whole slew of them right here. You might also not want to sort low to high, because potentially when you sort like higher to low, you'll be able to find lots, which are definitely a good option, but that's not always what's going to be the case. This one is no good, so we're going on to this one. But you can see that we have 6 on the screen right now, which is really good. So how is this one looking? This one, not too good either. Let's check the next one and see what we can find. We're going to start seeing a lot more of these. Keep in mind, though, that these all have still been cheaper than that first listing from the US. This one is a bit better, but I think we can still do better. So we looked at that one. I think we're on this one now. Let's check it out. So the front of this one doesn't look bad. You can see some whitening on the edges. The back is pretty rough, though. Hello, Plebisaurus Rex. Welcome to the stream. Not much. I'm just here wasting my life on eBay and Buyee, mixing it up. How are you doing today? Oops, this is the wrong thing. That's from an old video. Okay, so you can see here, this card, looks pretty good from the front. The back isn't terrible either. There is some whitening. I think we are going to move on from this one. I think we can still do better. Then we should be on this one, yes. So let's see if we can find anything better. This one is looking pretty clean. This could potentially be a dent, but we're going to look. It's looking really good. Let's look at the back. The back isn't too good. This would be a very good binder card. It's got some pretty significant wear on the corners, so we are going to go on. But that one is not bad. We're getting into ones that start to have better condition. So let's see how this one is. This one is looking pretty good. You can see that the sellers here tend to take pretty good photos. This one has some edge wear, so we're going to go on. Then let's see what else we have. So 7,000. Maybe we can get something good here. That's what? Oh my god. No. I don't think I need to explain why. Let's see. Did we look at this one? No, we did not. I feel like I should have seen that crease. It's visible right there. Okay, this one, not bad. Some pretty significant corner wear there though. And for paying, 5,280 versus that much, I think this is a bit of a better deal. Let's see. When you guys are looking for rarer, older singles, where do you guys typically buy from, by the way? Because I'm always looking for, okay. This one's looking good. I was saying I'm always looking for new places though, so if you guys have any recommendations, feel free to shout them out. This is starting to look pretty good. You can see that there is some edge wear right over here. I'm just going to zoom in on this quickly so you can see a bit better. It's not terrible though, and you can see from the back that it really is not horrific. There's a little bit more here, but I think we're going to keep this one open because this is pretty good. And so 7,000 yen is going to be less than $60, so we can get this one here for less than this one right here, which I think is a pretty good deal. So let's keep going. We're going to look at this one next. I'm going to be buying at least one of this card today. Okay, this one is looking good, and the centering on it is actually quite good as well. The back isn't perfect, but it depends on what you're looking for. Let me check the centering on this other one because I didn't look too closely at it. The centering on this one is actually quite good as well. I think this one might be #1 so far. I think it might beat this one out. This one does look nice though because they got the nice shinies in the picture. It's very sparkly. But I think the other one is going to be a bit better. You guys can tell me if you think I'm wrong, but I think the other one is looking a little better. So I think we're on this one now. You can see we're starting to get a lot more relevant results. You're just starting to get also a lot of old back cards because Mercari is terrible. I think it might search by using any of your keywords, which is a bit annoying. Okay, so this one is immediately off center, but maybe the condition is good. It looks like the condition is actually pretty good. So this is very, very off center. Let's take a closer look. So they were kind enough to post the core. Okay, so there's a bit of a crease here, or maybe just a scratch. It's hard to tell. And there is definitely some edge wear over here. Let's check the other corner. Okay, I think those are scratches. Definitely more edge wear. Okay, I don't think this one is going to be as good as the other one. It's off center and has some edge wear. We can check these two next. I'm probably going to stop looking at I don't know. Okay, this one's bad off the top of the... I'm probably going to stop looking around 15,000. This one isn't terrible. There's a scratch on the front right there. Okay, the back, not as good. Also, this is going to be a lot of just looking through different listings, trying to find what we can get in the best condition as possible. That's just kind of part of the process when you are looking to get these rarer cards for a good deal. This one is no bueno as well. So let's see here. Okay, we got a couple more right here. It's very interesting the prices they choose. 7777. I mean, I don't dislike it, okay? 2 big scratches on the back there. Let's check this one. I'm trying to check these as quickly as possible for you guys. Okay, there is a bit of a mark there. Okay, this one's not as good, so we're gonna keep going. I love these little sleeves, by the way. They're very, very cute. So let's see what we have going on here. 7,900. Let's see if we can get a picture of the back that doesn't have. That's okay. For the price, though, I think we can do better. It seems like there's some wear up here and potentially in this corner. Let's see. Yeah, there's some, I don't know, dirt there. So let's keep going and see what we can find. Okay. So here's another one, 8,000. I think we're at about $70 now. Okay. I like what I see. I don't like what I see. We're going on to the next one. Wait, we just clicked on this one. Yeah, so this is the next one. Also, hello to anyone who just joined the stream today. I'm going to be walking you through how I buy some different cards on Buyee and just kind of doing some shopping together. I have some other cards I want to look for on eBay and also just cross-checking the prices to make sure it's worth it. This one actually doesn't look too bad. The edges aren't perfect though, and I feel like once I'm starting to spend this much, I might as well just spend more to get a perfect card. Let's see what we have here though. This one's looking good. This one is definitely looking really good. Okay, is this a dent? That's the question of the day. I think it is. Oh, there's also a crease here. Okay, that ruins it. I was kind of excited. I'm glad you enjoyed the Nuzlocke. You're probably one of the few people who did. I think I will do another episode soon. I've just gone back to school now, so I am a bit busier than I was last week when I was just looking at trading cards and playing games all week because last week was spring break, so I'm back to school now. This one, it's not terrible. I think the lighting makes the damage look worse than it is, but we're still going to do better than that. I'm not walking away until we find a perfect copy of this card. This one's not bad. Oh, there's a crease right there. Actually, I lied. So let's check this next one. This is actually going by pretty quickly. We've only been looking for like 20 minutes at this actual card, maybe 25. This one isn't perfect either. It's interesting because price, this clearly shows, is not directly correlated with quality. Some of the lower priced ones actually are better than some of these, so this is a creased one as well, so we're not going to go for that. This one's interesting. It is a lot with an e-reader Espeon. Oh no, it's actually a Mew. Wow, I wish I had my glasses. Looks like this one isn't in too good a condition, but like if you really want a Mew, yeah, I'm not loving that. Let's see what else there is. We have another one right here. We also have an Expedition Mew right here, which is one of my favorite Mew cards of all time. I need to buy the holo version actually, but I think I'm going to buy that in English. So we're still looking. Okay, we've got a bunch coming up here, so I think soon we're going to be able to find something that's in pretty good condition. This one does not appear to be, yeah, it's not amazing. So let's check here. Okay, let's see. Not amazing. Okay, let's go on here. Also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to throw them out in the chat. I'm just going through these, but I can probably do both at the same time. If you guys have any questions or things you'd like to discuss about Pokemon, I'm always down. This one's centering is actually horrific. Let's see how the back looks. Not terrible, but there are some scratches and whitening again. We just checked that one. It looks like this is the same seller, but these are definitely two different cards because the centering on this one is much better. Let's check the back. It's a little rough, this one. This whitening here. How do you even do that? Okay, let's check this one. I'm pretty excited for some of the stuff we're going to be looking at later. I've looked at... Okay, wait. This one's not bad. This one's not bad. The centering is pretty good. Obviously, you can see it's a little bit off to the right, but it's pretty good. There's some edge wear. The back, though, looks pretty good. This might be a scratch, though. I can't really tell. Probably is. It looks like that might be. Looks like it might just have some, like, light scratching on the back. I think we will move on from this one, but that one is not a bad option. So let's see what we can find here. Okay. It looks like this one is really scratched up in the front. Yeah, and probably is based off of the back. So let's check here and see what we can get. Okay, there's definitely some whitening on the front. How's the back though? The back is clean on this one. That's interesting. Usually the back tends to look worse. That is pretty bad though. And it's on the front, so that's like a bit more offensive, I would say. So let's see, did we just click on that one? I swear to God we did. I think we did. Someone tell me if I'm wrong. Okay, this one has a little dot right there, so right off the bat, it's not perfect. That's pretty good though. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, this one, oh, actually it's not that good. I mean, it's okay, but you can see that the edges are either whitened here or like coming off a bit at the end, just like kind of have been scraped up a little bit. So we're gonna check this one. The scenery is really bad, but if it's in perfect condition, it could be the move. That's a very pretty close-up. This one looks pretty good. So interesting. The front looks pretty good. Are they showing us a scratch here? Oh, there is a scratch right here. It looks like that's what they're trying to show us. So it's not perfect. This one is pretty good though. The centering isn't the best. I'm gonna leave this tab open. You're also gonna see me accumulate a million tabs, which is the normal state of my computer. I try at least when we start these for it to be in relatively clean condition. But by the end of it, there's absolutely no hope. I'm gonna end up with at least 30 tabs open. Mark my words. Okay, this one's not perfect. We're just gonna go on. I don't think we need to waste time on it. So we have this one up next. This one is on a blanket, it looks like. So looks like there's a scratch there right off the bat. There are some small scratches on the back. It's nothing terrible, but also I don't think I would lay this. This is a towel, by the way, I think. I don't think I would lay that card on a towel. That can definitely scratch it up a little bit if it's not in a sleeve. So let's see what we have here. We're up to 9,000 now. Keep in mind that the lowest listing on eBay for this card is $60, and it looks like this. 9,000 is about $80. This is not terrible. It's actually, there's some actual denting right here. Which Sword and Shield era set do I think is the most underrated? So I'd have to check what the current price of Brilliant Stars is. I would say that Brilliant Stars is underrated though. But I think the most underrated set is probably Fusion Strike. At $80 a box, that is very, very cheap. I think also for the same price, Chilling Reign is quite cheap as well. It's hard to say underrated though, because you know, they are the price that they are, and that's kind of what people are valuing them at. And as a hobby where things don't have intrinsic value, I mean, you could argue that their intrinsic value is somewhere around MSRP, but really they're worth the paper they're printed on and what people value them at. So I would say, though, that Fusion Strike is definitely a great option, especially if you're on a budget, because, you know, you can buy 2 Fusion Strike boxes potentially for the price that some people are paying for 1 Evolving Skies box. So I think that is definitely a good way if you're looking at it as, like, an investment. Hello, Spencer. Welcome to the stream. We are looking at Corocoro Mew right now. This one is actually, like, not terrible. In the front right here, there's a little bit. Here, it's a bit off. There are a bunch more for 9,000, so let's check those out, though, before we make any, you know, decisions. What do we have here? Wow, it's hard to tell with these. This sleeve doesn't look too good. I don't think this card is very good, so we're going to go on to the next one. Let's see. This one, I believe, is up next. So let's see what we have here. I think this is just a crease. Maybe it's not. It's very hard to tell. But this edge is worn here, so I don't want to take any chances when it could be pretty flawed. So, oh, this could be a good deal right here. So this, I believe, is also a Corocoro Mew. This is a classic Mew promo here, and this is the Southern Islands Mew. And of course, we have the one we are looking for, which is the Corocoro Shining Mew. The condition on it, is not great, as you can see, but the Southern Islands Mew is a very cool card. I do already have this card, though. This is not a terrible deal. This is one of those things where, again, I mentioned it's sometimes better to just buy a lot because you're only going to have to pay those fees once. Oh, Spencer, so we are looking at Mercari right now, but we are buying through Buyee. They're like partnered together. It's much easier to find listings, though, if you are looking at Mercari's actual website. So we went through Buyee and entered their website through there and are currently looking at Shining Mew. Specifically, we searched Shining Mew Old Back. So this is a good option if any of you guys are missing multiple of those cards. I think that would be a good option for you guys, but I don't need it, so I don't think I'm going to get that. Okay, let's see. A little bit of edgeware right there. It's not terrible. We can't get a full view of the back, though, which I don't like at all, so we are going to go on to the next one. We have here, okay, we've got 4 options, and also randomly a regular Shining Mew from Shining Legends snuck through. Clearly, Buyee's search method is not good. I really like eBay's because it is quite specific. It will exclude listings that don't include whatever word you're searching for, which is really, really nice. So this one is not bad. It's not perfect, though. This centering on it, though, I will say is actually quite good. That's really, really good for this card. The centering on this card is horrific. Normally, not this one, my mistake. But this looks pretty good. It's a little warped, but that doesn't really matter. Whether you're grading it or just putting it in a binder, that's not too important. There's a little bit of edgeware here, though, so I think we're going to go on to the next one. Yeah, there's a decent amount here. This is a card that if I bought it near mint, I would potentially want to grade just because it is a very nice card and I'd like to be able to display it, not even for the purpose of selling it. Oh yeah, sorry Spencer. Oh, the reason it's all in Japanese is this is Mercari Japan. You can just translate it to English though if that's a bit overwhelming. But when you're searching, it's helpful if you have it in Japanese because this is the title that's going to make it easier. So this is Shining Mew and this means old back, so if you just copy those into the search bar, rather than putting in English, you're going to get much better and usually more affordable results. So we have, this one is not good, and the centering is bad. I will take a card that has really good centering and like a tiny, tiny bit of edgeware over a card that has like pretty good edges and is horrifically centered any day of the week. So let's see, this one's centering is okay. The back, not good. You can see there's a crease. Clearly, price does not correlate to quality very well. So we just checked those ones. We have one here. Here's a Poncho Pikachu card, which we're going to be looking at later, actually. So that's fun to see. That's a little teaser. This one's not bad, but it's not perfect. I definitely have seen better. This one is actually really good looking from the back. The front is not too good, though. So we have this one up next. Soon, I think we're going to start getting to, like, properly near mint listings, which is exciting. That's not good. Let's say I kind of want to just set the price bottom to be, like, or the price max to be, like, 150,000 and sort it high to low. But I'm trying to go through low to high to get the absolute cheapest that I can, but I'm just not that patient. This one's not bad. Is that on the card? I think that's on the card. And also, I think I saw this exact dot on another card. But the back is very clean. You can see from this that actually looks really good. And actually, can you see that dot there? Is that dot? Or is this just a spot on my computer? No. It looks pretty good. Someone tell me if I'm wrong, but I think this card looks pretty good. I think, is that edgeware or is it just reflecting? This one is really good. We're gonna keep this open. The centering isn't perfect. Let's check this one. Oh god, the centering. This is what I'm talking about. This is approximately how bad the centering on mine is. This card looks so trash. It's also in bad condition, so we'll pass on that. Let's see what else there is. That's really funny. Oh, this is cool. So we're getting another bundle. This time we have the Armored Mewtwo, which is very cool to see. The Mew actually isn't looking too terrible. We've got both of these. I'm not sure how much the Japanese Armored Mewtwo is going for. Might not be going for nearly... Okay, we've got a crease there. So I'm not going to buy this just to buy it. You know very little about pricing for Japanese cards besides some of the modern promos, so this is a good learning opportunity. Yeah, it actually is really fun when you look at sites like Mercari, especially because so many random things will come up and you can see how cheaply you can get certain things. For example, the Lugia from the Neo series that is pretty expensive in English, especially if you're looking at first edition, you can get quite cheaply in Japanese, particularly if you buy it from Japan. It's a bit more expensive if you buy it on eBay because people are paying that premium because it's like English buyers and they associate it with the English cards, so they're kind of overpaying for it when they do that. This one, for whatever reason, is not speaking to me. It's hard to say why. Maybe that's just... I can't tell if this edge is actually damaged or not. It looks... Is this a mark? Wait, let's look again. I think that might just have a mark or a pen mark on it, which is really sad. I always get sad when I see cards like that, especially the ones that like look immaculate aside from that one thing. Ugh, it's just such a waste. Okay, we've got another... I think we've seen this seller before. I feel like I recognize this generic wooden table. Not perfect. We're moving on. But we've got some good options that we're racking up so far. Here's one with a terrible picture, but that could mean that it's really good quality. A lot of times the ones with the worst pictures are great options. I bought a, like, I think the shiny Rayquaza full art Poncho Pikachu through Buyee, and the pictures were terrible of it, so I was taking a bit of a gamble. But it actually turned out really well. This one is in good condition, so we're going to go on from that. The Japanese sellers... Oh god, is this card bent? I think this might just be bent. Oh, that's actually so... When I was talking about warping earlier, guys, Gavin says, your spreadsheet work is awesome. Thank you so much. You'd love to see some data against Chilling Reign and Fusion Strike. You know the pull rates suck, but with booster box price is so low. I wonder if you can turn a profit. This would be something that I would definitely be interested in doing because I'm always complaining about how these two sets are underrated. I don't think the pull rates are that bad, but I haven't opened enough to be any sort of reliable sample size. But I think that's actually a really, really good idea. I always will advise against opening boxes for profit. When I do that, it's purely for illustrative purposes. It's not financial advice. Especially because of the work that goes into it, and a lot of times if you aren't experienced in selling, it can be a big hassle, and it is a big time commitment, but I do like doing those videos for the purpose of illustrating why a box might be a little bit undervalued, and is something that is potentially worth picking up when we're purely talking about the value of the cards inside. Obviously, long-term, set price does not explicitly depend on the value of the cards inside. So there are many, many examples of that. This one is not looking too good. Did we already look at this? I don't think so. Okay. So we just looked at that one. Yep. So we're on this one now, I believe. There are so many on the screen now that I'm like getting lost in the sauce. Okay, this one has some edge for it. No, it's totally okay, Gavin. I can do this, hopefully, while also talking. My brain is very small, but I think I can do that. And it's fun to talk about. I think this is a really great opportunity to talk about things that, you know, are really a quick topic and aren't a whole video, or just something that if you're wondering, you can talk about. This card clearly has a bit of a bend on that edge. So we're going on to this one next. Let's see what we got here. Not bad, but not great. Also, a reminder, for anyone who has just joined the stream, a lot of YouTubers have Buyee affiliate links. So I know that for my first purchase on Buyee, I got $20 off, or was it like 2,000 yen off? It works out to be about $20 off, whatever it is. So that is a really, really great option for you guys. I think Twice Baked Jake has one. I think I used his. I really love his channel, by the way. I think he makes really good videos if you guys haven't checked him out, but I'm guessing anyone who watches me probably watches him or knows who he is. So this one is not good either, just looking at that left edge right there. So let's see this one. Here's another one with horrific centering. That's not good. But how's the condition? Condition's not bad. We're gonna skip this one though because I've got one that's in good condition that's horribly off-centered. This is a cool card here. Is this one of those Pikachu Rumble cards? It's hard for me to say. We're gonna look at this really quickly. I think this is a cool card. I think this might be overpriced for this. Oh, this is also not in Japanese. I should have been able to read that, but I don't know why I can't read. Next card is this one, centering from a distance. Not looking too bad. Okay, it's not perfect, but ooh, that's pretty clean. The back is really off-center on this one. Another thing is sometimes the front is centered and the back is not, or the back is centered and the front is not, so that's something I would keep in mind. This one actually, though, there's a little mark right there. But overall, this one is not bad. It's really not. This one is good because you can see they have this flash on, which makes it a lot easier to see like little micro scratches on the back, but it doesn't really look like there are any. I'm gonna keep that one open because that is pretty good condition. So I do think that one is a very solid option. Okay, we have another one here. This card is really beautiful in person, by the way. It looks quite awesome. Okay, so this is a really nice seller because they're pointing this out for us. And the fact that they point these out probably mean this is the most significant flaw on this card, which is a really good sign because this is not bad for a binder card. That's a little bit more annoying. There's some edge wear, but overall this is a good card and I would call that near mint. We are going to keep going though. Spencer, you never understood how the front and back centering can be different on cards. I have also wondered this because, especially because like, if they were all like that, I'd get it, but it seems like most cards are correlated to that. I have an incredibly miscut Inteleon VMAX to the point that it's like an error card and worth more than it would be otherwise that I pulled from Fusion Strike, which was really cool. But like, both sides are incredibly off-center. It's not just one or the other. Maybe it's because these are older. I'm not sure if it really applies as much to modern cards, but also like I'm not an expert on miscut cards at all. These don't count as miscut if you're wondering. It's misaligned, but it's not anything that would increase the value. Sometimes you'll see sellers advertising cards like this as being miscut, like it is something desirable, but when it is so common in a card like this, it is not desirable. So don't get fooled into paying extra for a card that is damaged. This one isn't too bad, but you can see there are some scratches here. Again, that's why that flash is pretty helpful because you can see there are little scratches all across the back, and of course there is some edge wear right there. So that is an illustration as to why that's helpful. Which one did I just have open? I think it was that one, the one to the left of this. So we're going to this one. This one, okay, at first I thought it was really scratched because of the case it's in. I don't think this one is a good option though. That right corner there is really bad. So we're going on to this one. We still haven't gotten too expensive, by the way. Also, these are a really cool product. If you haven't seen those before, they're very cool. The centering on this one is good. There's unfortunately a crease right there, though. So we're going on to our next one. Okay, let's go. The next things we're going to be looking at aren't going to have nearly as many listings to pull through. We were looking at pop reports for this earlier because was it Purple who brought this up? It's not like incredibly rare. The pop report though for high grades isn't super high. I can actually pull it up because I have it right here. So for anyone who is curious, that's the pop report for this card. The centering on this one is very good. The back is not so good. I just want that perfect card. I mean, obviously everyone does. We've seen this combo before, but this is a different one, so maybe the condition on these is a bit better. It's not. I think this is the exact same listing that we saw before because this was the same flaw with the other one, and that would be a hard coincidence. I think they just rearranged the order and labeled them as on sale. These are a cool product. I like these portfolios. We're gonna actually be looking at something kind of like that later. Oh, this one is actually really good condition. I just don't know if that is a crease. I think it is. There's also a little bit of whitening up here. I wish this weren't a crease. I think it is though. So I think we might have to, God, it's hard to say. I could translate this to being in English. I don't really know how to use Edge very well, so pardon me on that. So is there a translate option over here? How do we translate this? I can probably highlight the text maybe. Can we translate it like this? Translate selection to English. Waterproof and anti-break measures are taken with cushioning materials. Okay, so they're talking about the shipping. Sellers are usually really, really good in Japan about shipping, by the way. You think there are no scratches or dirt that stands out in particular, and it's in a beautiful state. These translations, by the way, aren't the best. Please check the status with the image. It's difficult to tell the state of the card completely. So that's kind of an indicator that maybe there are some flaws that we can't see perfectly. I wish this one had some more details. I think we're gonna pass on this one. I think this is edgeware. It could also just be the shadow, because so it's just a little dark here, right? But you can see on the back it's also just a little dark there, so I think that might be the way the light is casting. But we also can't see any micro scratches on the back because there isn't any flash. So that one is a good option, but it's a bit more of a gamble, right? Especially if that does end up being a crease, that would really suck. This one has a scratch right here, which is unfortunate. That's like really gonna start taking off when we're talking about condition. A little bit of edge wear is not nearly as big of a deal as a front scratch. So this one, let's see. No. Enough said. Now we're on to this one here. You can see all these irrelevant listings. Mercari really sucks, honestly, for searching when you're trying to be specific. No to this one as well. Let's see. Okay, we got another bunch right here. We got 5 back to back, basically. Did I click the right thing? Yes, I did. That looks to be edgeware. Yeah, so no to that one. Wow, it's hard to believe that I've been sitting here looking at this card for like 45 minutes already. Thank you guys so much for looking at this card with me. It makes me feel very special. This actually looks really good. I think this is the case or the sleeve. Oh, there's a scratch there. I think I saw this card earlier. There's a tiny bit of edgeware as well. It's not bad. Yeah, so again, those front scratches, sometimes I would wonder if that's the sleeve, but usually if they zoom in, it's because it's damaged if it's on a particular spot. So let's check this one out. It's also on a blanket. Be careful about setting your cards on blankets. Nostalgia says, awesome, showing all the hard work behind the scenes to be successful at this. A lot of people don't realize this is what it takes. Loving the channel, keep it up. Thank you so much. That really means a lot. I appreciate the positive feedback. This is basically, yeah, this is what I do a lot when I'm looking for cards like this. I think I bought my first copy of this card on eBay. Kind of wish I didn't. It was a pretty good price though for the condition it was in. The back of this one looks pretty good, but the front doesn't wow me. You can also see actually there are a decent amount of scratches on it. It's not always this terrible when I'm trying to buy cards, to clarify. It's just these ones that I'm trying to buy through Japan. I remember like when I was trying to make these decisions the first time, I probably spent like 5 hours going through every different listing for the cards that I was trying to buy. But let's see what else we have here. Oh, okay, this one's interesting. It looks like to be a lot. Potentially some other value cards in there, but we're gonna see. So this is someone's whole collection or lot or something. It's not a perfect copy, but let's see if we can see what else is in here. So, oh shit, this might actually be a good option. Looks like we have a Groudon EX, we've got a Kyogre EX. I think those ones are all promos. You can see there's an Articuno here. I might buy this one. This is about $100, for those wondering. It costs about $100. I think that I might put in an order for this, actually. This Corocoro Mew doesn't look terrible. The centering is not bad. I think this would be a solid option for how many cards you're getting. So I'm gonna place my order for this on a separate tab just to avoid quickly being doxxed. I think that I would accidentally do that for sure. So I'm just quickly gonna place this order. So I'm gonna buy this item. I'm gonna buy it through Buyee. So we're going to proceed to the order page. let me check. If this doesn't show any personal information, I'll actually show you guys what it looks like when I do that. Because I don't think it will show my address right now, so we're gonna do the standard plan. Okay. Sorry, this is gonna be done in 60 seconds or less. I will show you guys what this looks like. Okay, so I got my order request in. Let me pull back up the chat. You tend to search for graded cards that are ending soonest PM on eBay. You can get cheap cards that way. I definitely agree with this. Iron Moo. Oh, another way to do that is Heritage Auction. They actually have an auction that's ending tonight. We can actually look at that. I was thinking about mentioning it on here, but I didn't want to because it doesn't end till later tonight, and we won't be doing the stream during it, so I don't know if that really makes that much sense. But if you are looking to buy something, we can click buy this item, and then this was me, by the way, I'm pretty sure. Proceed to order page is essentially what you have to do. And then it'll just let you pick. You have to pay a 500 yen shipping fee for like insurance and whatnot, but that's not bad. And I believe shipping was included on this. So really not bad. It's a little damaged / dirty, but doesn't look too bad. I think actually this is going to be a great purchase, so I'm happy I found that. That was definitely quicker than I would normally buy something, but you can't really see the details in it anyway, and I just wanted to make sure I got this order in. Let's actually zoom in a little more and see if we can get a better look at this. So these are not the rarest EXs, by the way. I think in English, at least, they were some sort of promo. I'm guessing they were in Japanese as well, but it looks like we have another Mew card back here. Yeah, it is another Mew card by the name of it. So then we have, I don't know how many of these. It looks like this, I'm guessing, is also a Japanese EX. Some of these cards, depending on who you're selling to, can sell for a decent amount. I sold a Ninetales EX that was first edition, I believe, that I bought like 2019 or something, part of a lot of like 20 Japanese EX cards for like 80 bucks, and I sold it for 150. So that was one of my favorite flips, just for how well that worked out and how easy it was. So yeah, I think this one was a really good purchase. I think for now, maybe we can move on from this card to look at some other stuff. I'm gonna pull up Heritage Auctions actually really quickly, just so you guys can see how that looks. I did actually place a couple of bids already, so I'm just going to show you the ones that they have ending soonest. Everything here is graded, which is very cool. I actually placed a bid on this. I think this is not my bid, but there were a lot of other cards that I was looking at. This is a really, really great way to get vintage cards that are fairly cheap. It's a really reliable source. There is a fee that you pay on top of whatever price they show, by the way. It's a buyer's fee, and I think it's like 20%, so keep that in mind. But you can see there are a lot of really, really cool cards, and then they do a live auction right before it ends. So the current bid for this is 150. The live auction starts in like 3 hours, and I think it runs for an hour, and then it ends. But 150 is not how much this is going to sell for. I can tell you that it's going to sell for more than that. But this is a really cool product. If you're going to be buying vintage products, like vintage WotC stuff, that's the stuff that is like the most commonly fabricated, I would definitely recommend doing it through a source like this. You just don't have to worry. Obviously mistakes can still happen, you know, always be aware of what you're buying, what you're looking at, but this I think is one of the safest ways to do that. And also a lot of times you can get some CGC slabs on here for a very great price. Especially if you are looking to cross-grade cards, this could be a good option for you potentially. A lot of people do say that it's easier to get higher grades on PSA than CGC. I'm not sure if that still holds true, because like PSA has gotten a lot stricter, is my understanding. Of course, like your mileage may vary. This is one card that I was looking at buying potentially, actually. It is a CGC 9 first edition Suicune from Neo Revelation. I have this card in a PSA 8 right over there, but I was thinking about trying to get a higher grade on it, and I think this would be a good way to do that. So that's like something that I would be using heritage auctions for. So to Iron Moo's point, I think this is like another great place that you can do that. It's another auction site. You can typically get things cheaper on auction. That's just kind of the way of the world, because if it's an auction, someone's going to be paying less than buy it now, because otherwise they can just click buy it now. Unless it's something where it's difficult to find, then most of the time you're better off just doing an auction listing. So next up, we are going to be looking at something very specific. So this is going to be the 10th movie promo cards. So let me actually pull those up quickly, and I will show you what we're talking about. We're just going to search for this on Mercari directly now. So I'm just going to search 10th movie Japanese portfolio, and it should probably come up. So for the 10th movie, Pokemon in Japan did this kind of little commemorative set, and it came like in a little folder binder thing. It's just like laminated paper though, so it's like not super nice, but it's really cool, and there is a very specific reason that I want this. So this is what it looks like. It's a very cool product. As you can see though, look who we have right here. Entei. So he's my favorite Pokemon. I have to have this for that exact reason, and I think that these portfolio products are very, very cool. They're like a Japanese exclusive thing typically, but they have them for all sorts of things. There is a Neo one. Spencer says, thanks for the stream, gotta head out, but I'll make sure to watch the rest later. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I hope you have a good evening or morning, depending where you are, but I'm guessing most people watching this are having the evening right now. So this is a cool product. There is also a Darkrai, but I believe this one was given out at the movie. So that's why this one isn't showing that, but we're going to be trying to buy one of these, and we're going to be trying to buy one that does include the Darkrai. So I also wanted to show you the Entei up close a little bit more. I was actually very, very close to buying a copy of this from eBay, but then I remembered Mercari existed, and so I think that I'm just going to buy it from there. I was debating getting the PSA 10, but I think I'd rather just have the complete binder. I think that's how I'd rather be able to look at it. I only really need one copy of this card. Maybe I would want a PSA 10 down the line, but this is something that everyone says is underrated, by the way. I don't think I would say that, mostly because people say things are underrated in the hopes that they'll get more expensive. People say anything that isn't expensive, basically, in Pokemon is underrated. This was given out, like, this is related to a movie. This was printed a lot. For what it is, it was printed a lot. So I'm just going to be searching this directly here. So this is the quickest way to get the Japanese names for things, and it's much more reliable than trying to use something like Google Translate. So let's see here. So this also says like 10th movie, like 10th anniversary right here. That's what that says. I can only read the Chinese part, so it's my translations aren't that helpful, unfortunately. I really wish this were I wish Pokemon were from China, but I don't think it would exist if it were. So here you can see we're sorting low to high right now. We're not going to do that though. We are going to be going high to low. So this is Gao. Well, that's Chinese actually. So I don't know how it's pronounced in Japanese, but this is going to sort high to low. Again, you can translate this. You don't have to be doing it this way. And you can see we're already getting some results. These are about the cheapest you'll get. So I was actually looking at these earlier. This one looks like it's pretty beat up. But let's double check. Yeah, this one is really scratched up. I don't think I want to get this. And another thing is they aren't showing the edges of the cards. You can actually take these out and they look basically like little binder sleeves that are 2x3. Let me see if I can find one that shows you and we can see what I'm talking about. A lot of these are actually in pretty good condition as well. It's fairly easy to find these in good condition because most people just kept them in this binder that they came in automatically. So this is actually a really cool set though. Look at these. And this person does have the Darkrai. So I would be careful when you're buying this. Make sure that there is the Darkrai in it because there's not really a point in getting an incomplete set. So here, like I was saying earlier, you can see the complete set of it like taken out, which is really helpful because you can see the edges. Does this person show the back? They do not. And you can see by this one is damaged. So I'm going to take that to mean that there's probably some wear and tear on every card in here. And for that reason, I think I'm going to pay a little bit more so that I can get one that is closer to mint. So we're going to look here and see what we can find. Right here we have one. This one is actually looking quite crisp, quite shiny. I love being able to see that like reflective glossy paper. You can see the tiniest bit of edge wear right there. This is also a complete set. You can see that they do have the Darkrai. Do I play Pokemon Go, dude? I do not. I've been thinking about it, but like that requires a lot of going around outside. We're not getting this one, if only because of that crease. I don't even know how that would happen if you were keeping that in there. I used to play Pokemon Go when it first came out, but there wasn't that much to do when it first came out. I'm sure it's a lot better now than it was. Okay, so this one actually looks good. These look pretty good from here. I can't tell if those are scratches or if the case is like that. Here, there's a little edge wear. Let's see, which one is the Entei? Man, of course the Entei has to be the one with the edge wear. Let's check this one. Looks pretty good. Some edge wear there as well. So let's check one more, maybe one or two more. 9,500. Again, these are all under $100. So this is going to be $80 or so. Let's see them. Looking pretty good. This person is showing us all the pictures, which I do appreciate. This one actually is looking quite nice. The Entei, at the very least, is looking good. These ones look pretty good as well. Let's check a little more. I think, let's see, is that edge wear? It's really hard to tell. And again, these like could just be dirty. So there are like, you can see there are some dots here. It's hard to say whether that is damage or whether, you know, it's just the binder. I have so many cards in top loaders that look totally messed up just because the top loader is like kind of gross. So it's not always a perfect indicator. This one I'm going to keep open. This one might be the one that I buy. I was looking at some of these earlier. I think this is the one that I liked earlier because this buyer is basically asking if they can add some pictures of them out of the sleeve, and then they said yes. So that was 3 days ago, and this says 2 days ago. So that was pretty recent. We were looking at the one that was 9,500, I believe. So now let's check. Hi Casey, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. We're looking at some different cards on eBay and Buyee. Oh, and I will cross-check this, by the way, just to show you guys that it's a bit cheaper. This one does not look as nice off the bat. Maybe the cards are in really good condition. No, they're not. That's pretty bad. God. These ones, it's really easy to find them in good condition because most people just keep them in the little commemorative binder, which is quite convenient when you're looking to buy. Then this one I don't think comes with the binder. This is just like an entirely different product. Then we go up to 12,000. I think for what we're paying, we're gonna probably go for that one that's 9,500 just because the price jump I doubt is worth it. And this one doesn't even look that good. And again, you can't see the edges of these cards, and you can't really see them outside of it. So it's very, very hard to tell the condition of these cards. So I think what we're gonna do is place an order for this one. So I think this time I will be able to show you guys how you do it. It's very, very easy. So I just click buy this item, and it still has it associated with Buyee. So it is quite easy. So this is going to be $79. I will show you really quickly what the eBay listings are going to look like. So this is Pokemon 10th movie collection. Probably would work. Binder portfolio. We're not going to sort. We're going to sort best match for this. 180. That's crazy. 275. 218. But this is also coming with that. So that's not terrible. This one looks also to be in pretty good condition, by the way. So that's part of why I like this one. 105. Not bad. Maybe we can take a look at this one. I think this will still be worth it, though, after the fees. This is $80, though. And again, my issue with these is that you can't see the cards. eBay sellers are not the best at that, I must say. Is this the one that we looked at just a second ago? Let's look at this one. Oh, these ones are from Japan. Okay. So these are our potential options. So this one is 108. and it doesn't look bad. Do they have pictures? Okay, I'm gonna go full screen for this, and we're gonna zoom in a little. Let's see. So the Mew, oh my god, what is that? That's disgusting. That is not good. So this I don't think is gonna be the move. We're not gonna get this one. It does have all 12 of them, but I think we are going to go in for the Buyee version. So we're going to proceed to the order page. You don't really need to do like a single shopping cart. It doesn't really matter. When you're buying from different sellers, it doesn't make a difference. We could potentially buy more than one item from this seller. That could be a good option. So let's see if this person has anything else that we would want to buy. I should have done this for that other listing. These are some other items I was looking at before. I was looking at Shiny Star V. Let's see though what they have here. No, we didn't want anything else from this person. So we are gonna go and buy this right now. So proceed to order page. It's very, very easy. You do have to come back though and like kind of deal with the shipping once they get it to their warehouse. So the way they do it is taking it to their warehouse, we're gonna pay for extra packaging. So here are all the fees that we're gonna pay on top of it. So it's 9,500 plus 500 plus another 500. So it's gonna be 10,500 yen for this. And then keep in mind we are gonna have to pay some shipping fees on top of that, but we're just gonna buy this, I think. This should not dox me, hopefully. Let's see. I think this should just tell us that our order has been placed successfully. The reason this isn't an issue is because the shipping is done later. Okay, perfect. So our order has been placed. Now, one thing I want to look at, I'm about to sneeze. I'm sorry you had to witness that. That was disgusting. Okay. We're gonna go now and look at some Poncho Pikachu cards. So I think this is something a lot more people are gonna be interested in. These have become like super duper hot lately. I had up earlier a list of all the different cosplay Pikachu cards. I'm gonna pull that up now so you guys can see what I am talking about. Let's see. I think this is the website, if I am correct. I apologize for that sneeze again. I just saw it on the screen. So I know you guys just saw it. Okay, what do we have here though? We have all of them. There's a lot. So this predates the Poncho Pikachu. This is where we start seeing the Poncho Pikachus, and it also tells you how difficult they are to obtain. Some of these are like some of the most expensive Pokemon promos. In particular, these cards right here, the Mario and Luigi Pikachus, are going to run you a lot of money. But they're really cool. You can see though that their difficulty in obtaining is 5 stars. They are very, very expensive. I will show you the ones that I myself have purchased. And you can kind of get a bit of a perspective. So I have these two. Their level of difficulty is 3.5 stars. So like moderate, right? But we go on eBay and we're gonna search Rayquaza Poncho Pikachu, and you'll see that these are really expensive cards. These are fake. $5.50 for these, so that is definitely pricey. Yeah, so they're kind of expensive. And let's search for Mario Pikachu and see what comes up for you guys. Just for reference, the sealed boxes of these go for, I think, like $4,000 or $5,000, I want to say. Very, very expensive. This is not the one that we're talking about that's like really expensive. That's also like weirdly cheap. These are fake. Yeah, so PSA 9 of this one, this is an auction, by the way, this is not a buy it now, is going for $1,300. Gem Mint Luigi, $1,900. Granted, this isn't necessarily what they sell for, but that's the range. That's the kind of card we're talking about. We're not going to be buying ones that are that expensive. There are a couple that I'm interested in, so I'm going to copy Poncho wearing Pikachu. Again, you can just find this on Bulbapedia quite easily. So let's sort for these very quickly, and we're going to go take a look. This is actually a really good copy, though. It's okay. I think this is the one I initially searched. So we're just going to go in here and paste this, and let's see what we have here. Okay. I'm seeing some fake cards. These are fake, definitely, because that's less than $100 for all of those. This is real. We're gonna sort low to high, I think. Let's see what happens if we sort high to low on these. I can always set a price max. So first off the bat, you can see these two bad boys are going for 77,777 yen. So that is going to run you, I think, wow, wait, I think that's going to be like 5,000. Let me check. $6,000. I'm sorry. I was wrong. I apologize sincerely. These two are very cool as well. I actually almost got one of these shiny Charizard ones, but it sold before I could get it, which was really unfortunate. So we have here some boxes. Once we start getting down lower, oh, we do have to filter out sold items. So it's also easy to remember because it's always going to be basically always the bottom one on Mercari. And this says that it's currently on sale. Also, do you guys have these cards? I know they've become a lot more popular. In particular, one big YouTuber who talked about them was Twice Baked Jake. I want to know what you guys think of them. Do you guys think they look cool, or do you guys think they're overrated? I really like these cards. I think the one that really made me fall in love with these Pikachu cards was the Kanazawa Pikachu. Let me know if you guys have seen this or had this card. I think it's really gorgeous. This card comes in two types. I think one is a reverse holo, and then there's a holo version of it. The holo version, I believe, is much more common, and that is the one that I have. Is it a reverse holo that it comes in? Let's search. There are two different versions of this card. Yeah, so you can see this one, I believe, is more rare. It is very, very pretty, though. I really like this card. So going back to what we were actually talking about, though, the Poncho Pikachu cards have become very popular and much more expensive. I would not call these cards underrated. So if you're looking to get something that you think is underrated, this is not going to be it. You can see we're starting to get down to things that are more reasonably priced, and reasonably should be taken with a grain of salt. We're talking about ridiculously expensive pieces of paper. When I'm buying these cards today, all of these cards, don't consider this an investment. This is, today I'm collecting. This is just for me enjoying the hobby. You know, you don't always have to be looking for a crazy return. Obviously, it's just in my nature. I want to get a good deal, and I enjoy the hunt. Let me know if you guys are the same. Do you guys kind of divide your collecting into stuff that's more personal versus more potentially speculation slash investing, or do you purely collect, or do you purely look at it from like an investing speculation perspective? The Russell says they're awesome. You wish you would have bought when you started collecting again. Russell, when did you start collecting again? Because if you're talking like 2016 or something, yeah, that would have been really, really great. But now let's see what's in this lot actually. If you're talking 2020, it probably wasn't as, amazing. These are all fake, by the way. Another thing about these cards is like they're a little bit tricky if you haven't had them in your hands before to look at the pictures and tell if they're fake. They almost look fake. When I got mine, I almost thought they were fake for a little bit. The holo on them looks kind of weird and silly, and like arguably it's like not the most attractive holo. Casey says the Mario and Luigi are probably your two favorite Pokemon cards of all time. That's unfortunate for you because they're expensive. I mean, you could go for the non-full art ones. I think the non-full art ones are actually very cool as well. But let's see what we have on the next one. So I'm going to show you once I see the cheapest one of these, by the way. This is the cheapest one when it's not graded, just for your reference. I think we can probably find this going for as little as like $40 maybe. But obviously once you grade it, it becomes much more expensive. That's just kind of the nature of these cards. And again, these are like, I don't know, like kind of hype beast cards in terms of Pokemon, if you can call them that. I don't know if you can, but I would consider them that. This is something that people hype so much that they've gotten a lot more expensive. This one, I think, is one of the cheaper ones as well, but it's definitely more expensive. These are very, very cute. These are from their own little boxes. Let's see what else we can find, though. I'm looking for a few specific things. Okay, I'm calling it right now. This is gonna be Japan exclusive, because that's a good deal. What'd I say? It even wrote it in English just for me. This whole page is in Japanese. But they just added this so that it could tell me I can't get this. If you guys are in Japan ever, I would buy this. This is a great price. That's unfortunate. The Russell says mid-2019 it was crazy buying stuff cheap, then it seemed like overnight prices went up. Yeah, it was crazy. That's when I started collecting more seriously again. I've been collecting cards though since I was like 4. But, you know, not with like any sophistication or strategy, you know. And yeah, 2020 was crazy. I really miss buying lots on eBay. That was my favorite part of collecting, as in like collecting when I'm talking about buying things. What do we have here? This is a good one. I think I looked at this and I think this is Japanese only as well. So that is one of the downsides of Buyee. Yes, it is. So this one is not bad. I think I might buy one of these today because it's expensive enough for me to justify paying all these fees for Buyee. HTH says, hi, where am I from? I am from the great state of Wisconsin, which means that I like cheese. This is 2 copies of this card. And I like milk, and I like dairy, and I also like Kringle. If you guys haven't had Kringle, it's one of the greatest things of all time. But I'm currently in Chicago. So, 2 copies of this card? Let's see. So, is there no description for this? I'm guessing it's probably both of these. Japanese sellers typically aren't that manipulative, but there's nothing here saying that there are 2 that you actually receive. You know, it's quite common for US sellers to show more items than you're actually getting, which is incredibly annoying. I'm going to keep this one open. Unfortunately, there are no pictures of the back of this card, but these are usually in fairly good condition for anyone wondering. I don't think these are even Pokemon cards. Mercari is actually trash when it comes to refining searches. So let's see what we can find here. I'm seeing some more of these Poncho pikachus. These ones are pretty basic. I want to see what the cheapest one we can find is. I think that'll be fun. So let's keep scrolling. So we're at 6,000. They're still showing up. 55. 53. We're getting all the way down to under 5,000. Then we're going even lower. We're getting there. 45. Oh, look at these. This is a steal, guys. My God, what a good deal. You should buy these. 4,000 pretty much on the dot. You live in the middle of Wisconsin, Casey? I feel like, there are like no stores or like hobby shops in Wisconsin that really sell a lot of Pokemon cards. I know one near where I live, which is pretty lame. But I feel like a lot of people that I've spoken to online about Pokemon are from Wisconsin. I know Danny Phantom is, and he's like in my eyes, like a pretty big Pokemon YouTuber, at least like in this space, which is like, you know, the more like fiscally responsible side of collecting trading cards rather than just like breaking packs. He does that, obviously, but he does talk about it in a more analytical perspective as well. We're getting quite cheap here. I wonder if we can find one cheaper than that. I'll be impressed if we do, because that is like $30, 33, maybe 32, something like that. I think that's as low as we're getting. I think anything below that is just going to be fake cards that we're going to see popping up. Those are clearly fake. At first I thought the lighting was just really weird, and they were fake, but I realized they were just really bad fakes. So, I mean, you want to base that Gyarados, base that 2 Gyarados. This is your chance. We should maybe try looking for some English cards on here and see what happens. I'm guessing that it's going to be kind of the inverse. So, you know, Japanese cards, you kind of overpay. In America, I think probably they're going to overpay a little bit in Japan. But I think that'd be interesting to kind of do that analysis. If any of you guys know, I would actually be really interested in hearing about that. I'm not too informed on that. Oh, also you can get holos very cheaply. What I would really recommend doing if you're trying to start a Japanese collection is buying a lot of these Japanese holos on Buyee. You can avoid a lot of fees, and it's going to be immensely cheaper especially you can buy first editions and whatnot, which is definitely a great option. So I don't know why I closed that tab. That was really dumb. I don't know why I did that. That was pretty dumb. Okay, so we're back to the relevant thing. You said the Rayquaza Pikachu is awesome. Do you have them graded or raw? I have them raw. I was thinking about grading them maybe, but I had to wait like 3 months to get them in the mail, so it's hard for me to part ways with them because of how much time went into getting them. And also, I can't remember which one. One of them is more lightly played. The other one is near mint, but I don't think they would get 10s either way, so I'm not really sure if it's worth it. It would be nice to be able to display them, but I have a bit of, obsessiveness with making things match. So, all the graded cards I have behind me, match. So I've got a set of the Neo Revelation Dogs in PSA 8 mints, first edition. And then I have a few Lugia cards that are like standalone, so they can be whatever grade. So I've got like a 9 over there. And then I have the Gold Star Dogs, and they're all PSA 9s, but like they have to match. I could have 1 10 and 2 9s, but I would rather just buy the 9s. It hurts my soul a lot to not have that matching. This has some edgeware. It might be worth paying a couple extra bucks to just get one that doesn't. So let's see if this one is any better. We've got this one. God, stop setting your cards on carpet. I mean, I did that a lot as a kid, so I can't judge. There's a flaw there. That might be worse than the edgeware on the other one, because this isn't like too offensive. Oh no, okay, that's just the sleeve. I thought that was a horrific like print line. There's a little bit of bending there, so let's see. I mean, if you're getting this card purely to keep raw, obviously like none of that matters. I know a lot of people care about that type of stuff, but if I were buying this for my binder, I would be totally satisfied with this, assuming it was like the best price I could find. It's really, really annoying trying to like trade cards on something like Instagram or whatnot when there are people who are basically trying to get PSA 10 raw cards from you for raw prices, and it's very clear that they're basically trying to do that. It's a little scammy in my opinion. It's one thing to be buying the card, but like, you know, people who are like, I only trade for NM plus, like mint plus, you know, it's just like, it's so clear what they're doing, especially when it's people who have like 50 million trash CGC slabs. Not trying to judge, but I'm judging a little when people do that. So this one I think might be good. Okay, there's a little bit of flaw right there. It says good tasting cards. Hope that bundle you bought is decent for price. I think it is. Off the top of my head, like just looking at it, it looks like it is. If there are any cards that I'm not interested in it, I might sell those or trade those away. But I think that it's definitely going to be worth it. Even if the things aren't, I'm not expecting anything in it to be near mint. I'm guessing they're probably all played. But when I've bought lots from Japanese sellers before, I'm not talking about like mystery lots or anything, the condition was usually really good. Even for ones that weren't like meant to be near mint, things that were lightly played were actually lightly played, which I really do appreciate. So do I want to pay more than this for this card? Maybe I do. Oh, here's a question. Am I better off buying these two and paying the fees once? I think I might be. Because the fees, it would be, I think, $1,500 per order if I did the extra protection, which I normally do. So I think it might be better actually just buying these, because it'd be $4,000 plus $1,500 per, so that's $5,500, and you know, well, no, they'd be more than $4,000. It would be like, let's say it's like $5,800, because they're a bit more than that, and like the cheapest one is cheaper than the other ones. So it'd probably be closer to like $12,000 for those, but that is with fees, and this is before fees. But it's also just more convenient. But I don't know. This would be taking a gamble on the condition of these. Let's actually see if we can get a couple cards together. That might be better. So we're gonna go back. We're backtracking. Okay. Yeah. So this is gonna be a good page to look at. There's a lot of options right here. So I wonder if we're gonna be able to find any together. I know I saw some. I showed you those ones that were really good deals from Japan earlier that are Japanese exclusive, which is quite tragic. Also, this is a really great place to buy sealed Japanese products. You don't even have to buy them on Mercari. You can buy them on Rakuten, or the Japanese Yahoo site is very, very good. It's kind of like, they have an auction part, so it's kind of like eBay, but they also have a more like storefront Amazon-esque type place, or maybe eBay when you think about kind of more reputable sellers. Nick asks, do I prefer graded or raw cards? This is a great question. And my answer is that, okay, this is a cop-out answer actually, but it's that it depends. So if I am buying a card, or like if I'm buying something graded, I usually only want like high-end, nice cards, and then I'm paying a massive premium. So if it's not for something I really love, I would rather just get a raw card, especially when it's not a nice grade. Because I don't know, it just feels like you're buying a graded card to have it. The nice thing is it makes it a little bit easier to display, but it's more expensive. And I personally don't have any issue with displaying cards that are in top loaders. I don't think it looks much worse. So usually I actually prefer raw cards. Let me know if you guys disagree. I think when I first started hearing about PSA, when it started becoming more mainstream, rather than just for really rare cards, it's obviously worth it. Or if I have a card that's in really, really bad condition and I'm going to get a PSA 1, I've got like a first edition Shining Charizard that's definitely a PSA 1, but to get it authenticated, and also it kind of hides how ugly it is if I have it in that display, but that would be for like personal collecting purposes, of course. I think people just kind of got into slabs because they thought they could make money doing it. It's a better investment, and like YouTubers kept promoting it. Let me know do you guys prefer graded or raw cards? I think I usually prefer raw. Almost always when I'm buying, I'm gonna get raw cards. I have like 10 graded cards, and most of them are on display back there, and they're really cards that were like essential for my personal collecting goals. Like the Quapalas Lugia back there is one of my favorite cards of all time, and because when you buy a raw copy, it's almost as expensive as getting it graded for some of these really rare cards. It's kind of worth it. Russell says Japan sellers are usually honest on condition. Be nice if they had 2 more picks. Yeah, they are pretty honest about condition. They didn't mention any flaws. I can actually go back later because they'll usually have a description on Mercari. You have to like select the condition option. Nick says, I feel you, but I personally prefer graded. For the cards that I like a lot, I'll get whatever grade. Yeah, I mean, it's like a tough call. It's just I'm paying so much more to get it graded, especially for modern cards. I'm usually not going to pay to get a modern card that's graded. Vintage cards, it makes more sense to me because there are times when you buy a card and you think it's better condition than it is. Like, no matter how cautious you are, it can still happen. eBay sellers and eBay customer service isn't the best, so it's definitely nice to have that safety net. Russell says, you agree, you're the same way. Yeah. I think my opinion, I don't know, I think this is probably the more, collector side opinion, rather than, thinking about it financially. Let's see, though. I think I might get one of these. Can we get it cheaper? We can get this one. These are also good. Let's check, Vulpix Poncho Pikachu. So there are 2 of these. I think the boxes sealed are, 300, 400. Let's see, a mint 9 copy is going for $199 or best offer, so less than that we can assume. 9.5 CGC, $315. That's not cheap either. Casey says, do you ever buy cards at shows? In the Dells they have big card shows. Never been there though, just wondering how it is there. Well, I mean, I've been to the Dells a lot of times, but mostly when I was 10 years old, for water parks, though I actually did go this past year. It's really fun. For anyone who doesn't know, in Wisconsin there are the Dells. It's the water park capital of the world. TM, I'm pretty sure that's trademarked. It's a fun place. There are also some casinos. There's a lot of casinos in Wisconsin. I've never been to any card shows there, and I haven't been to a lot of conventions and things in general because I get a little bit anxious at those types of things. I'm usually not there's not a lot of people like me at those places, I guess. And also, I don't know how to drive, which is really sad because I'm 21. I never learned how. So, going places is quite a task. in my opinion. But we're looking at these. I'm going to sort low to high, actually, just so I can get a better idea of what I'm going to be willing to pay for these. So 188 is the cheapest buy it now listing. And this is from Japan, so that's good to know. This is cheaper than that. That's cheaper than that. How low can we go on these? 17,000. These ones are pretty good. Clearly, these are the same seller. That would be a good option to buy at once. Let's see if these are a Japanese exclusive. I feel like it's 50-50 whether these are Japanese only. I can buy this one. Okay, interesting. It looks nice. These, the holo on these Japanese cards is gorgeous. Looks to be in good condition. Well, I get a sleeve too, so that's great. Let's see. It looks pretty good. If I can buy these from the same seller, that would be kind of clutch, because I'd only have to pay the fees once. And that might be worth it. Oh, but we might be able to get cheaper. If I can get this one, that might be worth it. Let's see. So, this one looks kind of messed up. Yeah, this one's messed up. I'd rather just pay extra to get the good one. I think we might buy those. We might. Because I do really like the looks of those ones. There are a lot of actually other cosplay Pikachu cards that are cool. The graffiti one. There's a lot of really, really great Pokemon Center Pikachu cards. I might get another Kanazawa in the reverse holo, which is the more expensive version. I actually traded for my regular holo one. One of the few enjoyable Instagram trades I've ever had. I think I've had like 3 or 4 positive Instagram trades. You know, I'm usually not like an instigator of trades or anything, but people will like DM me and then it's just like ridiculous what people are kind of asking for and what they're offering. Just really kind of ridiculous. I don't know if that's damage right there. It might be. The edge looks very clean there. That edge, I'm trying to see if they're showing us a flaw, if they're trying to show us it's in good condition. That is concerning though, I must say. What is my favorite set? I really love all of the Neo sets. Neo Revelation obviously has Entei, so I'm biased. Neo Genesis is great as well. I think Neo Genesis, let me check the set list really quick. I think that was the first one that had Shinings. But I can't remember off the top of my head. If it is, it's going to be the one that has Gyarados in it. So it's not. I think it must be... Is Neo Revelation the one that the Shining Gyarados is in? Because I do like that card. I love the Shining Magikarp, actually. The fact that that got reprinted was actually pretty awesome. I thought that was really cool to see. I like Neo Revelation a lot, and I do also like Aquapolis because it has Entei. The Entei from that set might be my favorite art of all time. I'm going to show it to you guys, even though I know you don't want to see. Nobody cares about Entei except me. But it's really, really beautiful. I love the art style in it. There's also a cool looking Suicune. There's actually really a lot of great holos. There's an Espeon, some evolutions, very cool. This Entei I think looks awesome. This looks more like a Chinese kind of lion, like the Chinese mythology, what I imagine. And I just think it's really beautiful, and I love the reverse holos from the e-reader era. These are some of the cards I collect most for my personal collection as well, though they've gotten so expensive now, it's crazy. I remember getting reverse holo Suicune for like 20 bucks. That same card is now like 100 or more. For Nearmint, probably actually a lot more, maybe like 150. And of course, it goes without saying, the Lugia, the Crystal Lugia from this set is one of my favorite cards of all time. I think it's amazing. And I'm so happy and grateful that I'm fortunate enough to have a copy of that card. It makes me so happy to look at every single day. So those are some of my favorite sets. In terms of modern sets, I like Cosmic Eclipse, which I rant about every single episode. I'm gonna look at this card more. What else do I like? I like Brilliant Stars a lot. I like Arceus. I think it doesn't get enough love, so I think that's cool. And obviously everyone likes Evolving Skies because it's a cool set, but I just like, maybe this is the hipster in me, but I'm like starting to get sick of Evolving Skies, hearing everyone talking about it. Let me know if you guys think Evolving Skies is overrated. I mean, it's an amazing set. It's like kind of not. I'm just kind of sick of hearing people talk about it and say it's so vastly inferior to every other set ever printed, because I don't think that's true. Oh, another one that I really like is Unseen Forces. Unseen Forces is a great one. Again, this is another Entei and Lugia set, so there's a Lugia EX in it that I thought was really, really cool. And it was one of the first cards that I got when I got more serious about collecting. It's really a cool looking card. A lot of these EXs look kind of bad, but I think this one is pretty cool. Skyridge is also awesome. Some of the Delta Species cards I also do really like. Skyridge has a very, very cool looking Raikou. It's actually really awesome artwork. And then what else is in Unseen Forces? Oh yeah, the Gold Star dogs. I kind of hate Gold Star cards. That said, I did just put in an offer on a Gold Star Mewtwo because they're like good to collect or whatever. That's one of those times where I kind of sacrifice my personal opinion more for like something that is really collectible and makes me just feel cool to have. You know what I'm talking about? Like, as when you're collecting something, part of the value is knowing it's rare and cool. Which, you know, maybe is a bad mindset, but that's just kind of how it is. This is a really cute card. I think this is an Eevee wearing an Umbreon. Yes, it's so cute. Because, like, oh, the evolutions. EX Emerald is also very, very good. So I think those are definitely some of my top sets of all time. I also like Black and White a lot. I think it's such a cool era. A lot of the cards in it aren't very expensive, but just like the introduction of full arts was so amazing. And just they look so beautiful. I love the Entei from Dark Explorers. That's a full art. We have to look at it. We just do. I have like 5. This might be my favorite card of all time because I remember trading for it when, how did Dark Explorers come out? In 2012, I want to say. Is it 2012? It came out, oh my god, I'm so good. It came out in 2012. I was right. When I was actually like 12 when I got this card. So I have a lot of nostalgia for it. I remember I traded like so much to get it. And now I have like 5 copies of it. The Raikou from this set is also quite cool. Unfortunately, they never made a Suicune, which is really, really annoying to me. But these are 2 really awesome cards. They're hard to find now. Those Black and White full arts are getting a bit more rare. Oh god, I remember picking those up for like less than 20 bucks. I think a near mint copy of that card is going to cost like $80 now, which is absolutely bonkers. So these are good deals. Maybe we can get a pair of these together and then we can avoid paying more fees. Let's see if we can do that. Okay, we're going to have to go back a page. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid paying those really high fees. Also, I really actually do want to talk about this more. Gold Star cards, I think, are ugly. I know people like them, but most of them, not all, are ugly. I'm even the Entei is kind of ugly. I bought it, I have 2 copies of this card. Actually, I have a raw copy and then I have a PSA 9. I got them because I was able to get a set of all 3 for a really good price. I think it worked out to like $1,000 for all 3, which is a good price, at least to me. This is like not the best looking Entei card. Also, part of it is because the shiny version of Entei just looks lame, looks worse than the regular, because all they did was make his little face spikes, whiskers, I guess, gray. Such low effort. You still need the Rayquaza from Dragons Exalted. A lot of fakes made around that era. Yeah, so I'm going to pull that card up for everyone to see. It is a cool card. There were a lot of really, really cool, shiny, secret rare cards around this time. These, I think, look much better than the Gold Star cards, and they're just not as popular. There was also, god, was it Plasma Storm that they printed that Charizard in? Yeah, this is cool. Even I can admit that this is a really cool card because of the gold border. Very, very expensive. There's also a Blastoise equivalent. I'm not sure about Venusaur. There might be. These are really cool cards. And a bit more unique, I think, in terms of their aesthetics. Very cool dynamic poses as well. Even though that's kind of the same thing with Gold Stars. I don't like Gold Stars. I think they're bad. Do I do more collecting or trading or try to make money off of Pokemon? So I occasionally will sell cards, but it's usually things that I don't want anymore to buy more cards, fueling the cycle of addiction, as you do. I don't trade much anymore. I used to like exclusively trade cards when I was like under 18, and I would go to locals and play the TCG very, very poorly, is what I would do. But now it's really hard to trade now because of TCG Player, and people now look at Pokemon as a way to make money, which it can be if you're really, really smart about it. But it's just like all this penny pinching, and the issue isn't like that specifically, because it's really, really nice in theory that people, they can get cards for what they're worth. They can trade them for what they're worth. The problem is that the people doing that aren't the people who would be taken advantage of. The person who would be taken advantage of is someone who's like 15, 13, even younger. I went to locals. I know that like it'll be a lot of adults and kids, and like adults trading with kids. And, looking back, there were definitely times when adults were kind of taking advantage of kids' limited knowledge. And so for that reason, I would say, these are cool, actually. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. I don't trade much anymore because I think it's just gotten really kind of cancerous. It's gotten pretty bad. So I do a lot of collecting. Clearly. I spent like 3 hours on eBay yesterday just looking at things. I've been looking at CGC slabs a lot. Not even keeping the slab. I might just like break them out and put them in my binder. I don't like the way the CGC slab looks. I think a lot of people do. Maybe it's like crisper, but the blue, I don't know. I don't really like it. Also, like what I just noticed. Only available in Japan, of course. But in terms of like making money off of Pokemon, I do like invest in Pokemon, but it's stuff that I'm not going to be selling in the near term, the things that I'm currently buying. I have some things that I've had for a while. My first ever trading card investment were some Legendary Collection Yugi's World that I got from Walmart.com in high school on clearance for $20 each. This is now worth a few $100s. This is first edition. Mine are just unlimited. So it's gotten a lot more expensive, which is cool. I remember my dad said, Ava, are you sure that you want to buy those? I bought 3 of them for $60. And he's like, Ava, it's kind of a waste of money. But it ended up working out okay. So that's kind of a fun thing to look back on, though. So let's see. I don't have anything that's like, 20 years old, though, because I'm 21. And I was not investing in trading cards when I was 20 years old. Things like ETBs. Iron says those Pikachu costume cards are ridiculous expensive. Hopefully Pokemon gives us English versions soon too. They are cute. They're never coming out in English. I mean, theoretically they could, but I don't think they are, because I think, so some of them are Sun and Moon. I think this one is Sun and Moon. Let's see. Yes, so this one's Sun and Moon. A lot of them are XY. So like 2016, they're old. They're like old. This lighting is actually horrific to the point where these could be fakes for all I know. I don't think they are, but that lighting is pretty bad. Let's see though, what else is there? Oh, another one I actually really want to get is Easter Pikachu, so we might have to look for that. That's not going to come up here though because it's not a Poncho Pikachu card. So we're going to pull up Easter Pikachu really quickly. Let's see. The hunt is part of the fun. Yes, that's my favorite part. I love like thrift shopping for clothes and whatnot as well. So that's just kind of like who I am. I love getting a good deal, especially because like I didn't grow up having that much spare money. So like, it wasn't easy to get like super nice things, unless, you're thrifty. So I think it's really fun. And I think it's a great value, to be like, I mean, it's not necessarily fiscally responsible of me to buy these things, but in general in life, if you, are thrifty, I think that's a good thing. So this is one of the ones I want. So this is Easter's Pikachu. This is a very, very unique promo. I think it might be the only Easter promo that Pokemon has ever made, which is cool. Ooh, what do we have here? Can we get all of these potentially? Let's see what this is. We're gonna have to look this up later. So we've got a little Rowlet Pikachu, 2 copies of this. And then I don't even know what this is. It's cute though. I think that says Sun and Moon promo 5. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not too familiar with, you know, everything that was ever printed by Pokemon. That's cool as well. I like that Pikachu. One of the fun things about looking at these Japanese products, by the way, is like you see things that, you know, you maybe have never seen before. I don't know everything about Pokemon, obviously. So some of these more niche things are fun to get into, especially like when you've been in the hobby for a while. Like main set cards kind of get boring after a while once you have all the ones you really want. Unless you're going for master sets of things. Like I'm going for master sets of Entei. Some people want every shining card, every crystal, every gold star. Those are some of the like most classic ones that people want to get, you know, a copy of every single one of. Oh, this might actually be a good price. I'm gonna have to double check that though. So let's open this up though. Was this one printed as a non-holo? It's hard for me to remember off the top of my head. So, Charizard, Poncho, Pikachu. Let's see if these results are specific enough. Okay, so it's like not that good a deal actually. We can get this cheaper. This one isn't that rare. It's not actually a holo, so it's like one of the more common ones. Let's see, what else can we get though? We might be able to get this for a pretty good deal. Easter Pikachu, it's gone kind of expensive. These all get expensive. That's the theme of this video is old promos that were free. People got these things for free. Not all of these. Some of them were in products, like the Poncho Pikachu ones are like in products, but like the Kanazawa one, there are two versions of it, but one of them was just given away. Let's actually check out what this is real quick. It's fun sometimes seeing these random lots. This looks like approximately junk to me though, so these are English though, randomly. So maybe that's why they're trying to overcharge for those. Okay, let's see how much we can get an Easter Pikachu for on eBay and see if we can actually save some money. Because if we can't, there's no point. 100. Let's sort by sold items just to see. Because again, these are types of items where there are people listing them for like way more than they're worth all the time. $86 is approximately exactly what they're worth. This was a good deal. Whoever got this, I think it's probably a pretty good deal. Okay. I think we are going to buy one of these, potentially. This is one of my favorite Pikachu promos. If you couldn't tell, I like cute things, which is my prerogative. So let's see. We could get 3 copies. We could get 3 copies, but we might be able to get a better deal. So Gem Mint 10 for 470. Any cheaper ones? No. So the cheapest we could get a Gem Mint 10 is for that much. But guys, this one, if this is like in nice condition, this might be worth picking up. So let's see. It's not bad. Sorry for getting my head really close to the camera. I'm just trying to see closely. Okay, it's not good. I'm not gonna get that one. I want to get one that's near mint for this. Oh, I'm gonna check this listing actually. So we get 2 Easter Pikachus. We get a Rowlet Pikachu. Let's see how much this one is. Poncho. eBay is so much nicer to search on, guys. For real. Okay, so that's about $60. This one says Sun and Moon 05, I think. Pikachu 005 SM. Yeah, I think that's right. So this one, not super expensive. It's about $60 or $50. So we have one more card to see if this is worth it. Right now it's looking like it's not, unless this one is decently priced. So $224 is what that says, if I can read. So $224, I think it also was Sun and Moon. This one, not very expensive either. So this isn't a great deal. The only nice part of it is that you don't have to pay the fees multiple times. But if I bought that, honestly, I would be buying things that I'm buying more for, like, buying to buy purposes, if we're being honest. I think is the best way to put that. That's part of my problem. I mentioned many times how I like to buy lots. I just love getting a good deal. Recently, I have not been doing that as much because it's hard to get a good deal. You can get, like, a decent price with lots. You can get a good price. I mean, you can get a deal. But sometimes it's just worth it to pay more to get like quality over quantity and the things that I really want for my collection. That's what I've started doing lately a lot more. So I'm gonna search one more thing. I'm gonna search Pokemon Center Pikachu. So I'm gonna put that. There should probably be a Bulbapedia. Yeah, there definitely will be. So, oh, that says Bulbasaur. There we go. Okay, Pokemon Store, Pokemon Center. It's interesting because some Japanese characters are just tiny little parts of Chinese characters. So this is Pikachu. I've stared at this enough to know that this part is Pikachu and the other part is Poncho. Very, very proud of that fact. We're gonna put a space in there. So here, yeah, we're getting some more expensive stuff. So this is really, really pricey right there. We're looking right now, if you're wondering, for a lot. So I'm trying to get a good deal here. Oh, that's cool. There's a crystal hello. I was thinking about buying that because, as I mentioned, I like things to be complete and perfect. The only dilemma there, that's not horrific. Oh, this is a cool one. This is the 15th anniversary Pikachu. I want that, actually. We might have to look at that. This is a cool one. What was that printed for? Gosh, I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, yeah, so this is really cool. 15th anniversary Pikachu is such a cool card. There's also this one. These are expensive, though. We're still really expensive. So let's go down a little bit cheaper. So we're going to go down until we get to, like, probably closer to 50,000. Because what I'm looking for... Oh, we're going to check this. I got it. Looks like a lot of stuff, and I always have to know. Oh, God. This looks like something that it should not be costing as much as it is. Actually, there are some decent cards in here. We have some black and white era. I think these are XY, I want to say. This is black and white. Not this one. This one. Black and white. A lot of regular cards. The issue with these is that they're not going to move quickly, even if this is worth it in theory. This is a very cool trainer card. Oh, another question that I have. Do you guys think full art trainers are overrated? Let me know. I'm going to give my opinion in approximately 60 seconds because I know there is lag, but I want to know what you guys think of full art trainers, and then I'm going to tell you what I think. Hopefully I'm not leading anyone. Let's see though. This isn't as bad. Still quite expensive though, actually. I always say, oh, that's not bad for things that are very expensive. I've just really gotten conditioned to paying a lot for shiny paper. These are just a bunch of kind of random full arts. Oh, does this person have the values of the cards? That's cool. That's not that relevant to me though. So let's see. I might also search Pikachu promo. That would probably also help with these. We could get ourselves a sealed Kanazawa box. That could be cool. That one comes with the reverse holo, I believe. The holo, I think, was given out at the Pokemon Center. I'm not sure if it was even like a minimum purchase or anything. Maybe you just got them. Let's see. Is there anything here? Nothing that's like calling out to me. Oh, here we have some new cards, though. Oh, look at that one. The one with Leon is pretty cool, but I'm not a Charizard collector. Let's see. What else do we have? I think those are packs. This is a cute one. I think that's from Generations Radiant Collection. What else? What else, though? We got an Expedition Mew. Randomly a special delivered Pikachu. I think this is one of the rare cards that was mostly like an English exclusive, really, which is very, very cool actually, because that's not that common. So we have a Mint 10 here, Pikachu. I think that's that same one we were looking at earlier. That's like $50 really. So what else can we find though? We're at the price right now where some deals might start showing up. Okay, like here. Let's take a look at this. 25,000. So I want to say that's going to be like $220. 200 actually. This is not bad. The gem mint of the graffiti Pikachu, I think is going for, it's actually, sorry, graffiti Pikachu is like just what I call it because that's what it looks like, but it's technically called Shibuya Pikachu. We're going to look at a PSA 10 copy of this. PSA 9 is only going for 90, but a PSA 10 I think is going for closer to 200. Actually, maybe I'm wrong. It's about 150, so then let's check the Kanazawa and see if maybe this is worth it, because I do like both of these. The Kanazawa one is very cute, and the Shibuya is pretty unique. So it's an okay deal. We'd probably be paying about $250, $270 to get these separately. The prices on these have come down. I think at the peak they were probably a bit more expensive. So Nick says about full art trainers that some are cool, but you're not big into modern. I'm completely into vintage. I like modern cards, but I am not a fan of full art trainers. Obviously, some look cool. Some are very cool. I do like some cards that are Pokemon that just happen to have trainers on them. Like there is one with Lily and then Lunala and Solgaleo that I think is really cool, Cosmic Eclipse, and another one with N and not Rayquaza, Reshiram and Zekrom that I think looks really awesome, but I think they're incredibly overrated. I think these got expensive because YouTubers kept saying they're underrated. I mean, maybe they are, but some of these prices are crazy to me, and so for that reason, I think they're underrated. This is a cute one right here. What else do we have though? That's cute. I wonder if we search cosplay Pikachu if they would come up, because that is one way of calling them, but I'm just not sure if that's what people are going to be putting in the titles. Let's see though. And I mean, one thing I will say is a lot of times the searches aren't very narrow anyway, so it might not be that big of an issue. Russell says, do you have special delivery Pikachu or Bidoof? I have neither of those. I do think they're very cool, actually. I think the Bidoof is, it's very fun, and it's kind of a way of giving people that special delivery Charizard without actually giving it to them. I understand why that card didn't come out. I don't have any problem with that. These are cute, by the way. This is a really cute set. I think these are in English, though. These are very, very awesome. I love these. Was this 20th anniversary, I want to say? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Those are cute. We might look at those later. Should I try and buy one more thing before we end the stream? I don't want to buy something just to buy it, but ooh, this is looking good. Let's check the condition on this, and then I'm gonna check how much it's going for on eBay because I have not checked in ages. It's not the best condition though. Doesn't this card just look gorgeous? Maybe one day I'll buy those special delivery cards. I just think they're really expensive for how recently they came out. It's pretty crazy. I made a video where I mentioned the Bidoof. It was like over $200 at one point. Not sure if it still is. Hopefully it's not, but that was crazy to me. Oh my goodness. We're gonna check 15th anniversary Japanese Pikachu. Let's see what comes up. Oh my god, that's expensive. Wow, let's see raw copies. $427. So this is not a high volume card, by the way. Obviously on eBay, I mean it's Japanese exclusive. We're just gonna take a quick, wait, did that say Sheboygan? Oh, wow. It's from Wisconsin. Wisconsin keeps coming up. I feel so relevant. We should be able to see what it looks like. There we go. Okay. So the front, not bad. How's the back? Looks, I mean, there's the tiniest dot right there for being nitpicky. Oh, there's some scratches on it. Oh, shit. Is that on the, I can't move my mouse because you can't see it, but you see right under that bubble? Is that on the card? What does the seller say? They don't say anything. Russell says lottery card though, only way to get them. Oh, you're talking about the Bidoof? Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, basically you have to be on the Pokemon Center's mailing list. Wow, this one sold a lot cheaper, so I think that one maybe is an outlier. I think we can probably pick one of these up though. So I'm gonna find the best way to search that in Japanese, so 15th anniversary Pikachu, and we're gonna go on Bulbapedia. Oh yeah, so you had to be on the Pokemon Center's mailing list to get those, and they basically sent out an email to everyone who kind of won the lottery. The issue is, like, nobody knew that there was going to be a lottery, so anyone who was on that email list is very lucky. Oh, another cool Pikachu is the Unagaba Pikachu. That card's gotten a lot cheaper, so if you are interested in that card, now might be a pretty decent time to pick it up. I'll show you what it looks like very quickly. Here is what it looks like. Very, very cool, unique promo. I love the white background. I think it looks so slick. It's a reverse holo. It's very shiny. It's very pretty. That's really all you have to say about it. That Pikachu is sick. I agree. For whichever one of these you're talking about, because there's the lag. Okay, this does not have a label, but it does say black and white 115, so I'm just going to search Pikachu. Sorry if I just bumped the mic. So we're going to search Pikachu. What does it specifically say? I'm going to have to pull up a better picture for what the set number is. That's not clear. Okay. 229. That's what we're looking for, boys. And girls. Even though no women watch my channel. So, okay. Didn't we just see one of these cheaper? Wait. Yeah, I swear to God, we just had one that was cheaper than that. Let's go back. Did I leave that tab open? God, this is part of the problem of opening so many tabs. This is cheaper than that. Maybe we should search something else. Or we'll search this. This says 15th anniversary. I don't know how to say it in Japanese, for the record, but it says 15 Jonian in Chinese, which means 15th anniversary. Okay, so we're gonna get rid of this and just search 15th anniversary Pikachu, because I think we'll get better results there. Interesting, though, to see that for once something that was relevant didn't come up. Usually we have the opposite problem. How cheap can we get this? Here's this one for 22,000. Maybe that one's in better condition. Let's see. Gosh, sorry. I'm in the dorm right now. I'm an RA, and the people next to me are really, like, kind of loud. They slam their door a lot. You've never tried using eBay on a computer. Is that magnifier exclusive to PC version of eBay, or did you add that myself? I did not add that myself. I don't think they have it on mobile, probably, because, like, tapping on the screen wouldn't work very well. I would definitely recommend using eBay on the computer, though. I just also don't like using my phone for a lot of stuff. When I noticed, like, I was looking at my YouTube analytics, not that there's much to analyze, but I noticed that, like, 85% of people watching are watching on their phones, and that's crazy because I hate watching things on my phone because it's so tiny. I like using my computer for everything. Well, I guess you made it back for the rest of the stream, Spencer. Yeah, today we're going longer. This is my PR. You know, usually I'd be talking about the gym for my PRs, but today we're talking about trading cards. So awesome. I'm really just kind of losing it, I think. Yeah, we're probably gonna end at around 6:20, 6:30. But I just want to see if we can find this any cheaper. I don't think so. I think we might have found the best deal we're going to get. One other place that I want to show you guys that we can look is going to be Yahoo Japan. So we're going to go here really quickly. We're going to check. I mean, you can use Yahoo Japan auction, by the way, but it's like kind of actually incredibly annoying to use when you're using it through this like indirect means. I don't think I've ever actually bought anything from there. Oh, this is a cool product. This is one of the things that I bought on my first Buyee purchase. It's so cool. These are like kind of expensive if you buy them on eBay, but they're like really cool figures. These are remint figures, not fingers. I'm not buying fingers from Japan, okay? But they have so many amazing figures. And they're like the perfect size to put in your display. Spencer, what purchases did you see? We've made 2 purchases. Did you see the first one or the second one? Oh, you went for a run. That's very productive, by the way. I respect that. I used to run a lot. Past tense. But I still exercise. I just switched to weightlifting for the record. Did I miss anything? Yeah, so many Pikachus. The full art Pikachus are very cool. Let's see if we got anything that's a relevant hit here. So we're sorting not... Okay, we're gonna sort... I wish we could see how many results we have. We're gonna try sorting high to low though. So as you can see, we only got 1 relevant listing and it's not the one we're looking for. We're gonna check Rakuten as well. I think they have trading cards, but I think they probably have more sealed stuff. Yeah, so we can't get any singles there. I'll show you what Yahoo Japan auction looks like really quick, by the way, guys. Just, you know, for your viewing pleasure. And in case there is a better deal. Otherwise, I'm going to be buying that other one. So let me show you what we have here. So yeah, you can see these. Clearly, this is a very overpriced. So let's see ending soon what we got going on. Wow, nobody is bidding on these. Probably because that's like really expensive. Jeez Louise. 335, 503, 359. Looks like these are all going to be more expensive than what we're looking at, which kind of makes me feel proud. So we're getting cool cards. I also can't wait. Once I get these cards back, I'm going to show you guys what they look like, so don't worry about that. I'm really, actually, really excited for that lot. So this is the card we're potentially going to be buying. It's not mint, but I went on a big long rant earlier about binder cards and not buying cards just for the purposes of grading. It's not, honestly, it's like not terrible. I mean, it's not perfect. I'm not gonna lie. But let's see, is there anything better? I don't think that we're gonna get a better deal than that. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go back one more time. We're gonna do one more once over. And if it looks good, we're buying this card. So the one that I was considering is right over here. So this is the one we were looking at, correct? Yes, this is the one we're looking at. Then there is also this one for 2,200. I'm gonna check like the 2 closest listings and we're gonna see if it's worth it to upgrade. This one honestly looks just as bad. Maybe it's not as bad. Just like really warped and kind of creased. The other one had flaws too, but it's cheaper, so like, you know. Let's check this one. Is this one any better? This one looks pretty good so far. I'm looking. Oh, no. We're just probably gonna end up getting the cheapest one at this rate. We'll check this one and then one more. I'm gonna check the cheapest eBay sale. Yeah, so like the best deal we can hope for is an auction. Let me check on eBay if there's an auction. This is the process when I buy cards. I'm just like going back and forth a lot. So we're gonna remove these 2 filters for sold listings. Okay. Oh, another thing that really sucks is I think eBay removed the way that you could kind of like, I don't know if this was intended, but they removed the way that you could see what the best offer was that was accepted. In my knowledge, I think there's probably some way if you like go through the API or something, but like the easy direct way has been removed. So 19,999, 20,000 yen, like $180, I want to say, maybe 175, 170. Let's check. $162 is really cheap, guys. I don't know if we're gonna be able to beat that. So price plus shipping. We're gonna look at ending soonest first. Yeah, so this one 300. That's the only auction currently. And then we're gonna sort price plus shipping, lowest first. Okay. I think this is gonna be worth it. I think I am gonna buy this because it didn't look offensive to me. Again, you know, you can call me trash or whatever for not buying exclusively mint cards, and I will take that abuse happily if I can have this card. I think it's worth it. I think we're buying this card. You saw the first deal, but not the second. So what was the second thing I even bought? I can't even remember now. I'll go look at, where was it? We were looking, oh, I bought this binder. So this is a 10th movie promo binder. It has Venti in it, so that's why we're buying it. This listing was a pretty good price. So it's like $80 for all of them, which is a good deal. I think the cheapest you can probably find this is like $110 on eBay, and usually there aren't as many pictures. So we are going to be, but not this one. Oops, almost just spent a lot of extra money. Where did it go? Here we go. Here we go. So we're going to buy this. And, you know, I feel like I didn't buy that much, but like that said, how much will we have spent during this stream? Like $500? Something like that. But we're going to go to the order page. It's very easy, very quick. Oh wait, one more thing I want to check is if the seller has anything else I'm interested in buying. Let's see, really quick. Okay. I mean, some Ugg slippers could be nice. I don't know what size 23 centimeters would be in the US. Oh, this is a nice dress for $10. Could be a steal. I could get some anime pins. Oh wait, what is this? Oh, that's perfect for me. That's exactly what I need. Okay, we're gonna buy this. So we're proceeding to the order page. It starts to actually get expensive once you start having it returned to you. So we're gonna use PayPal. And I'm gonna submit my order. There you go. You said, that's pretty cool, never seen this before. Yeah, this is one thing that people will tell you is underrated. I don't know if I would buy that, take that with a grain of salt. But a lot of people think it's underrated because they're Japanese promos that are exclusive. And so I think we have bought enough today. And also we've been streaming for over 2 hours. I'm kind of impressed that I have not entirely lost my voice yet. So thank you guys so much for watching this stream with me. It's much more fun to buy these, like with people so I can chat, and also it like encourages me to pull the trigger, which I don't know if is a good thing, but a lot of times there'll be like a week where I'll look at eBay like every day, or like Buyee, you know, whatever sites, and then I don't buy anything, and I feel like I just wasted my time because I'll probably have found a few good deals. But today I've actually made some purchases, and they're things that I'm really, really excited to be adding to my collection. I'm so excited for that lot, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching this stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll see you guys next time. I think we might do another stream this week, probably. I'm going to try and have my next video uploaded by either tomorrow or the next day. It gets a little tricky, you know, with my school schedule and work and all that, to upload those. These are kind of easier to upload because they're very quick, and I can just kind of sit down, do it, and then it's like over. It's not like a process of like editing and all of that stuff. So this was actually really fun though. Thank you guys so much, and I think I am going to be ending the stream here.